it's Tracy. How are you feeling? Really, how are you feeling today? We're so used to answering that question so casually, like, good, doing great. You? Regardless of what you're feeling, I wanted to share a little bit about what I've been feeling and kind of how I've been exploring that. I recently had an incident where I accidentally hurt a friend. And it was, of course, unintentional. When we're acting within our integrity, when we're embodying our values in our behavior and the way that we show up in the world, we take that risk every time. You'll drive yourself crazy if you're walking through life trying not to step on anybody's toes. I did that for many decades, and it's exhausting. So I've been talking about radical boldness and stepping into your own authenticity. And when we do that, when we really get clear on who we are and how we think, and we become impassioned with what our own truth is, it's not going to be okay with everyone, right? You see those memes that say, be you, be yourself. Not everyone who knows you will like you, but those who do will like you even more. People will either continue showing up or they won't continue showing up. Either way, good enough. But it's hard if you're a sensitive person going through life trying to do the right thing or trying to do meaningful work or engage in healthy, positive, loving relationships. It's hard when you hurt someone, especially someone you care about. And the way that I have learned to process this is through some of the Brené Brown resilience work that I've talked about in the past around shame and vulnerability and resilience. Some of the best guidelines for that are what she refers to as living big, B-I-G, which the B stands for boundaries, what is and is not okay for you. I is integrity, standing within your own integrity, modeling and living the way that you believe and think and feel and what your values are. And the G is for generosity, really believing that people are doing the best they can, being able to hold that to yourself, generosity to yourself, that you're doing the best you can, and generosity with others, that others are doing the best they can. And so what happens when you hurt someone inadvertently, you have to confront those questions in yourself. Was I living within my integrity? Did I mean to hurt this person? No. Was I living within my integrity when it happened? Yes, I was. I was doing something, I was putting something out into the universe that was completely an embodiment of my values and my beliefs and what I feel like I'm here to do in the world. And it crossed a boundary for someone else. And that's going to happen. And I had to really get clear with that and spend a lot of time journaling and working with some emotional freedom techniques to be able to kind of sit with that and build myself up and comfort myself and be generous with myself, giving myself the benefit of the doubt, saying that I was doing the best that I could. And then this gets into this concept I've been thinking about of capacity versus capability. In order to have forgiveness and to understand one another and pardon people who hurt us and pardon ourselves for hurting others, there's this idea of capacity, which is really what people have been calling bandwidth a lot lately, which is that right now you have the capacity. If you have the capacity, that means that right now you possess the bandwidth, the skills, the ability, if we're talking about forgiveness, to forgive, to understand, to provide empathy, to let something go. And at various times, we may or may not have that capacity. You may be full. Your capacity may be exceeded. You may not have the bandwidth to forgive, or you may not want to forgive another person, or you may not be ready. And then there's the idea of capability, which has to do with under the right circumstances, new things are possible, with desire for healing, with curiosity, with willing to explore, that there is the capability. And I love to believe in capability, that what may be uncomfortable now for me or someone else, that I possess, or that they possess the capability, that under the right circumstances, the right time, the right conditions, or with time, that we'll be able to reach a new understanding, that there will be healing, and the capability, the potential for healing will be reached. And that's that generosity, again, believing that we're doing the best we can with what we have at the time, and that there's this potential for more. But here's the thing, you can't get caught up on that potential. You can't get caught up on needing the forgiveness, or waiting around for it, because it may not ever materialize. There may not be the capability. The capability may not exist. It's not, they don't have, you or they may not have the capacity now. Maybe you'll never have the capability to have the capacity. It's getting a little wordy, I'm sorry. So you can't go through life expecting people to come around. Everyone in our lives is going to hurt us at some point, everyone, and we're going to hurt everyone else in some way without intention, hopefully. And we have to just be able to recognize who is worth forgiving, and what does forgiveness bring? And is it possible to forgive? And maybe you don't have the capacity to forgive now, but do you have the capability to forgive in the future? And so it's a lot to ponder, but I just wanted to bring that up today, because it's something I've been struggling with, and I think it's kind of part of being human. And I'm just trying to let you know that it's a struggle for everyone, and that I do think that we're doing the best that we can. Not all of us have the capability to be able to create the love and relationships that we'd like, and be understood by everyone, and forgiven by everyone, and loved by everyone. But I do like to believe in that capability. I like to believe that I have the capability, and that others have the capability to be able to stand in their own integrity and be generous, be able to assume people are doing the best they can, and to put in that little bit of effort, and draw boundaries where necessary. This is not okay, or this is okay, or I can forgive you if, or can we talk about this? So that's it. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're interested in more kinds of conversations like this, or if you'd like to talk more about this, please reach out and contact me. And keep feeling. I really do believe feeling is healing, and I'd like to help you feel better so you can feel better.